I'm digging the way this January 6th committee is shaping up. I mean, mostly because it's pissing them off, and anything that pisses them off is sweet ambrosia for your boy. I ain't got no lies to tell. First, I was a little annoyed by the whole thing because I thought when the bipartisan committee vote failed that would just be the end of it. You know, you can forgive me for assuming that the ultimate result of a U.S. congressional proceeding would be not shit. And see, I'm procedure dumb, so I didn't know what other options there were. So when it came out that Pelosi was unilaterally forming a committee to look into it, I was like, wait, we can just do that? Well, shit, let's just do that. Why we even waste our time courting these obstructionist pricks? But as soon as I saw their reaction to it, I kind of got it, because their reaction was basically, wait a minute, so Pelosi just gets to handpick the Democrats who sit on this thing in the majority of seats while we only get to consult on our members who will be in the minority on the committee? That ain't right. Something like this should be objective and even-handed as possible. And you hear that and you're like, oh, you mean like a bipartisan committee or something like that? Yeah, man. Somebody should have thought of that shit. That would have been great, but oh well, guess we'll just do this. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them say no in public to the thing that makes sense so that their bullshit is even more bald-faced in the future. I get it now. And the fact that this committee's being formed with the same rules that all the Benghazi committees use, pretty juicy. When a U.S. facility overseas was overran by terrorist insurgents, the Republicans formed like 7 of these committees. Untold hours of testimony, 33 hearings, tens of millions of taxpayer dollars, all in an unsuccessful attempt to pin it all on one particularly nasty woman. But now that the facility in question is the Capitol building and the insurgents in question are American citizens, they're just like, yeah, do we really need a committee? I mean, we don't know if y'all have noticed, but the blacks are acting like slavery's real again, so we kind of got our hands full with that right now. So could we just not? I swear these motherfuckers are the Renaissance masters of hypocrisy. It should be a fundamental law of the universe at this point. For any Republican action on a long enough timeline, there will be an equal and opposite Republican reaction. And I just love it when it's laid so plain like this, even though I know no one on their side cares. With the Republican base and hypocrisy, it's kind of like people who own a dog and poop eating. They're just like, yeah, we know other people find it gross, but we just love them so much. They wouldn't be so worried about it if they weren't terrified of what the results might be, of what it might find. So I, for one, say, floor it. Sally Forth, fuck them up. Let's see what happens.